Good morning, dear students. We are studying about the role of public sector, and first 2 points we have studied. The next point that we have to study is about the economies of scale. Where large-scale industries are required to be set up with a huge capital outlay, the public sector had to step in to take advantage of economies of scale. So the economies of scale means the large scale industries. Okay, so the economies of scale means that the type of industries which require a huge amount of input, like capital requirement is there, other big amount of money is required, land, machinery, all these type of things are required. So, in the initial stage, it was not possible by the private sector enterprises to start businesses with a huge amount of capital investment. So, it became the responsibility of the government to start such kind of businesses. Okay. So, because the private enterprises are unable to start up such kind of huge businesses. So, the electric power plants, natural gas, petroleum and telephone industries are some examples of the public sector setting up large scale units. So these are some of the examples of large scale industries such as electric power plants, natural gas, petroleum and telephone industries. So these are few examples. There are also so many other kind of industries where a huge amount of capital investment is required. So such kind of industries where a huge amount of capital requirement is there. So it was not possible by the private sector companies to start. So it became the duty of the government to start up this business. And these are very much essential for other businesses also. Like petroleum products are there. Petrol is required for all type of products. See, for example, most of the products are transported from one place to another, and for that vehicles are required, and for running vehicle we need to use petroleum products. So if you want to produce some kind of products like any type of products, mostly machineries are used, and for that electricity is required, so electrical power is required. So it is not possible that a private company will use its own generator or a power requirement. It's not that much easy. Okay, so they may be using, like when the power supply is not there, they may be using some like generator or any such type of power requirement they will be using. But for fully depending on such kind of power is not possible. Okay, or solar plants. Nowadays, even some companies are became self-sufficient by using fully using solar plants or fully using these type of equipments like that. Okay, or they use their own power resources. But earlier it was not possible by any industries to start up such kind of businesses. These units required a larger base to function economically, which was only possible with the government resources and mass scale production. So this was only possible by the government sector. Only government resources can be used for this. Okay, so means a huge amount of resources are required where public sector cannot start up these businesses. So that is called as the economies of scale. Next, another point that we have to study: check over concentration of economic power. Another important work of the public sector was check over concentration of economic power. The public sector acts as a check over the private sector. In the private sector, there are very few industrial houses which would be willing to invest in heavy industries, which the result that wealth get concentrated in a few hands, and monopolistic practices are encouraged. This gives rise to inequalities in income, which is detrimental to society. So see, like if only very few private companies or private sector, private people were able to, or they were only capable of starting big industries. So then what happens? See, like Tata. Okay, so Tata is starting a business like steel manufacturing industry. So in the initial stage, there was no other companies like that, or competing companies were very much limited. So what happens is that see, like when one company is able to start, and they will be establishing, and they will become power, like monopolistic power. Monopoly, see, like only one company is there. And when only one company is there which is able to produce a large amount of products, it will become, means like they can behave as they wish. Okay, they will say that one product is costing this much rupees. Then every people has to purchase with that price because there is no any other substitute. So such kind of then what happens, the wealth or the income of the that particular company and that individual person will be very much high. Like if one product normally like 100 rupees profit is supposed to be received, they may charge like 300 percentage, okay, or 300 rupees. So then more power, more income they will be receiving. So then their economic power or it will become make a imbalance. So this imbalance may be created. So in order to avoid that, the government sector has to start up business in those areas, or government should support the other companies also to come up, so that there will be like some kind of competition will be there, and they will be able to there should not be like a monopoly or monopolistic competition will not be taking place. The public sector is able to set large industries which requires heavy investment, and thus the income and benefits that accrue are shared by a large number of employees and workers. This prevents concentration of wealth and economic power in the private sector. So see, like a government sector, if like one private company is coming up with a very big plan like that, or if they start a business like that, then government also will be starting up businesses like that. See, like a telecom industry, in case of that, there are like Airtel or Vodafone or these type of things are there. Along with that, there is BSNL, one government company is also there. So the government BSNL is providing all the facilities to the people, and poor people, those who are unable to purchase big plans or big SIM of Airtel and all, then they can purchase BSNL, and which is having very limited amount of money only required. But now the the facility offered by those companies are that very much limited. Earlier, see, like those who were having land phones and all, only BSNL was there. There was no any private companies, only the BSNL was there, and we were able to use only when we were small and all. We used to have only BSNL supply was there, and that was also like a cabled connection, the land phones were there. Okay. After that, only the mobile phones and other kind of things came into existence, and private companies came up. But initial stages, the private sector, public sector companies were only there, and we were even the common people were able to depend on this one. So in this type of industries, the government sector is running, and they are collecting the wealth, and the part of the wealth is distributed among the employees, so that this over concentration of the wealth in some few hands will be avoided. Okay, so to some extent it can be avoided, but now see, like India is a kind of country where this income distribution is still imbalance is there. We can say that it is said that 80% of India's wealth is held by 20% of the people in India. Okay, so 80% of India's total income or total GDP income generated or the wealth in the country is in the hands of 20% people like Tata, Birla, Ambani, all these type of people are there. So they are having very huge amount of wealth. Okay, if you consider the richest people in the world, topmost richest people in the world, in that list many Indians are coming up. Okay, many Indians are there. If you see the list of people, top 100 richest people in the world, if you consider, there are many people from India. Okay, and if you take the list of the poorest people in the world, then in that list also many Indians are there. So we can say that the balance of distribution of income is not proper in India. Okay, so in order to, if this is to some extent it can be solved, as I told you, like 80% of the wealth is handled by 20% of the people, and for remaining 80% of the people, only 20% income is there. You understand? So remaining 20%, with that 80% of people are living. Okay, so we can say that the income distribution is not proper in India. Okay, and in order to avoid this type of things, the government is trying to set up a larger scale industries and so on like that. Then next, one more point we can discuss about import substitution. During the second and the third 5-year plan period, India was aiming to be self-reliant in many spheres. Obtaining foreign exchange was also a problem, and it was difficult to import heavy machinery required for a strong industrial base. At that time, public sector companies involved in heavy engineering, which would help in import substitution, were established. Simultaneously, every public sector companies like STC and MMTC have played an important role in expanding exports of the country. So import substitution means that reducing the amount of importing. Earlier there was people we were not having huge machineries are required. In India it was not produced. So we had to import those products from India. But now making India product and all is there, or such kind of projects are there. So even now we are trying to become self-reliant or self-sufficient. Whatever products required in India is produced in India itself. We know that many of the products, if you consider most of the electronic products that you take, it is manufactured in China. Okay. Any type of product, maybe it is a laptop or computer or a mobile phone, or most of the products, even toys. Okay, so some 10 rupees, 100 rupees toys. If you take the toys of your own brothers, sisters, or smaller people, you just see that, and most of the plastic products are there. In that you will find that made in China is written. Most of the products that you get in the market, mostly plastic products are there. So many products, electronic products and toys. If you consider these two products, almost 70 to 80% of these products are manufactured in China. Okay, so we can say that it is. So while when we are purchasing the products from China, we are giving the money to them. So, and the Indian companies are there. We are not supporting Indian companies. When if we have to support the Indian companies, if you want to support Indian companies, we have to purchase products made in India. So mostly when you purchase a product, you should see to it that it is manufactured in India. But what happens is that when you purchase mostly the products which is produced by India is a little bit costlier than the products of China. So what we will purchase is that we will see the cheaper product. If you want to purchase one product, two products, if you compare with Indian product and Chinese product, Indian product 100 rupees and Chinese product 60 rupees. You will purchase 60 rupees Chinese product. Is it not? So we are not ready to spend 100 rupees for helping an Indian. So if you purchase an Indian product, so Indian company will be developing. But what happens? We purchase 60 rupees of Chinese product, and those products, the income is received by the China. Okay, so then those companies, and even most of the products that we are getting manufactured by other companies like Japan or other companies also are there. Other countries products are coming in India. So, but in order to avoid this one, India is planning to make in India project, and all is done for that purpose, reducing the amount of importing. Now many of the products in products of China is banned, but still people are still using it. Most of the applications many of the applications have been removed, which is PUBG and all is cancelled. So people were which were used by other countries, or TikTok or PUBG, all these type of things which were of Chinese companies were also banned. So these type of products, by using this one, Indian, we can as a substitute we can use Indian one. So then we can help our own country also. Okay. So such a way the import amount of import has been reduced and the amount of exports has been increased, so that the wealth of our country can be increased. Okay. So this is a way of helping the development of a country. Okay. So remaining points we will study in the next class. Thank you so much.